I don't know about you, but I can't keep track of all these MCU rumors. Let's see if we can break down a few of them. Well, thank you for joining me again. I was watching Everything Always and all the different channels on YouTube concerning rumors going on with the MCUs, the Spider-Man movie, the Black Widow movie, all the movies going forward, and to try to keep up with all the rumors that come out would be a full-time job. I mean, you'd be working overtime. You'd be on time and a half just trying to keep up with everything. But the one that really struck me yesterday was they were talking about Black Widow and going forward in the MCU, that there is a fan theory that some people, it's taking root, that people believe it, that Yelena and Natasha in the Black Widow movie will be doing some kind of a face swap, which, since it happened in the past, right after Iron Man 2, that means that it was Yelena that went off the cliff at Vormir, sacrificing herself for the Soul Stone. I've got two major problems with this. One, Hawkeye, who's known her forever, wouldn't notice the difference if they just did a face swap. But two, is more importantly, is the Red Skull addressed her as Natasha, not Yelena, and he would look past any type of cosmetic surgery to the heart of somebody. He is cursed with knowledge, as Thanos and Tony Stark were. He knows who everybody is that comes walking up. He doesn't need to introduce himself to them. And he addresses her as Natasha. So let's just squash that one right now. And as a result, I started thinking about all the different rumors I've heard about Spider-Man, home worlds, home run, home this, home that. They didn't even know what the name of the movie was going to be. There were rumors about that. And so I Googled today and got 3 pages of different rumors. So I'm going to run through some of them. I'm not going to read them all. Don't worry. The only thing that's actually confirmed at this point, Zendaya will be Michelle Jones. Marissa Tomei will be May Parker. Tony Rivoli will be Flash Thompson. His friend Ned is already on set. We know that. We know that there is one Spider-Man. We don't know if there's going to be multiple Spider-Man. But there has been talk about Benedict Cumberbatch showing up for discussions. And if they're trying to keep it in line with the MCU, I can see that, because that's going to be the right time frame for everything. Anyway, they've had reported Cindy Moon, Sally Avril, Betty Brant being in it, Liz Toombs being back in it again. J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson. I think that's a given that will happen. Nick Fury as Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, I can see that happening, even if it's a Skrull, because, Sam, he's got to make sure that he gets into every movie that Hollywood comes out. Gyllenhaal will return as Mysterio. Possibly if it's a multiverse, but home worlds makes it's possible. I don't know. Tobey Maguire will play Peter Parker's uncle, Ben Parker. Why? Just because Marissa Tomei is a younger Aunt May than we're accustomed to, the gray-haired old lady. But why? I think that would be insulting to fans, and I don't think that they should do that. I love this one. Jimmy Kimmel will play Kraven the Hunter. No. Catherine McNamara to play Mary Jane Watson. We've got Matthew McConaughey, Jim Carrey, Bryan Cranston, Nicolas Cage could all play Norman Osborn. This one was funny. Mark Hamill to play Dr. Octopus. I could actually get behind that one, because I just love Mark Hamill so much. Keanu Reeves will have a role. What movie coming out from every studio worldwide does Keanu Reeves not rumored for? Now, this one is interesting. Charlie Cox will reprise his role as Matt Murdock in Daredevil. This is going to skip ahead to some of the others. That they say She-Hulk will be Peter Parker's lawyer and Daredevil will be Peter Parker's lawyer. If he's accused of murder and he's on the run, he probably will need a lawyer. both of them have merits. I personally would love to see Charlie Cox, but the problem is with that, he's still on the contract with Netflix, which expires in January. Okay? If Netflix makes one show, it restarts the clock. Okay? So what Sony's probably doing is they probably want him to become available so they can use him, but if they show any kind of interest whatsoever, Netflix will make one quick show or something like that just to lock up Charlie Cox, which will then give them a big bargaining chip to say, oh, you want to use him? Pay us X amount of money. Sony doesn't want to throw away money. So keep that one down low. I'd like to see that. To see She-Hulk, that's very possible also. Peter Parker is an Avenger now, according to Tony Stark. You're an Avenger. Hulk, cousin, you're going to need superhero backing. The Avengers believe in him. It makes sense. Henry Cavill and Jason Momoa will have roles, playing the character Cravens. Now we got two people playing. Dwayne Johnson will have a role in the film. Okay, Henry Cavill will play Wolverine. Wait, didn't we just say he was going to play Craven? Oh, now he's going to play Wolverine. Jeffrey Dean Morgan will play Craven. But, this, I'm going to just jump ahead. I couldn't stop laughing. Israel Johnson, Caleb McLaughlin, Shay McMoore, Jordan Fisher, Kylan Rambo, Rashawn Fagan, R.J. Skyland Brooks, Marcus Scribner, Ashton Sanders, Justice Smith, Tyler James Williams, Gerard Joseph, Alex Hibbert, Alfred Enoch, Abraham Attah, Chosen Jacobs, Javon Wade, Brandon T. Jacobson, and Keenan Lonsdale are all reported to be playing Miles Morales. It's going to be a Miles Morales army. We know that Jamie Foxx is going to be Electro. Are we going to have this? I'm just going to jump ahead to some of the other ones. This is just nuts. Some of the other ones. I'm not even going to dignify them with them. The Sinister Six will appear. I think it's very possible. I think it is very possible. It may be at the end of the movie leading up towards Spider-Man 4. I don't think that they're going to have all these villains trying to get... we'll see. Daredevil will appear. Jessica Jones will appear. It's possible. I'm not hanging my head on that one. Gwen Stacy will appear. Doc Ock will appear. Deadpool will appear. Venom will appear. Sharon Carter, Agent 13, could appear posing undercover as vice principal of Midtown High School. Sharon Carter, the one that stood in front of an entire church for her aunt's funeral, saying that, hey, my aunt worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. and she was one of the founders of S.H.I.E.L.D. and here I am for everybody in the world to see. Going undercover doesn't make sense. Kraven the Hunter. I don't believe in Kraven the Hunter. I'm sorry. Chameleon will appear. That could be interesting. Spencer Smythe and the Spider Slayers. This one I talked about already. Please. Now the storyline may take place in the Savage Land. No, I'm sorry. I know people want to get Kazar in and everything in. It's not going to take place in the Savage Land. It's going to take place in Manhattan, and that's why they're going to have the Sinister Six. Can you imagine the Sinister Six and all these characters in a jungle? It's bad enough. They're going to have to do it in a city. Now, why so many rumors? Well, if you get 2 or 3 people to get together and say, hey, you know what, that would be interesting, that makes sense, and make a video and some other people watch it and they agree with it, it's like lighting a couple of leaves on fire. Next thing you know, you've got a brush fire. Next thing, it's the state of California that's on fire. So why doesn't Sony squash these rumors? There's no point to it. There's no reason to. There's no benefit for Sony to. Rumors, whether they're positive or negative, get us talking about the film. This is endless free advertising for them. Plus, they do want things to be hush-hush. I'm sure that some of these rumors are true, but the best way to hide them is to allow all the false rumors to camouflage them. Now, one of the things, Sony was very quick to come out and... where did we have it? That Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, they're not going to be in it. They were very quick to squash that, which I think there's 2 reasons why they would take the time to squash that rumor. 1, they want them in the film. 2, if everybody in the world becomes super excited, that drives up Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's asking price. Even if it's just for a cameo, their asking price is going to go through the roof. So, that being said, and I'm taking these off because the glare is killing me. They have to, if they want to get 50 cameos in this crossover, I'm sure they're going to have 100 cameos in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. For everyone that the fans are super excited to see, that character then becomes $1 million instead of $100,000 or $10,000 or whatever amount of money just for a quick cameo. And for them to do it the way they want to, if they have 50 cameos and it's $1 million per person, because they're all saying, well, all the fans want to see me, you better pay, otherwise you're going to disappoint all the fans. $50 million in cameos. I know my math is off. I'm just throwing it out as an example. So they squash a lot of these rumors because they're trying to deflate the asking price to at least a reasonable amount. I don't think they're trying to undercut anybody. I think everybody's going to get a fair amount of money, and we're all going to spend a fair amount of money to see this movie. It is due out at the end of 2021, provided that the world doesn't, stop spinning the way it has been lately. And I think it's got a lot of promise. I think that if just some of these rumors are positive, we've got one heck of a film coming our way. I know that Fahey is involved on the creative team because since the Spider-Man is going to interact with the rest of the MCU that's being done by Disney and Marvel Studios, it has to be accurate. It has to be within the timeline. And these guys are sticklers for details because we are sticklers for details, and we'll find them if they miss them. So, what's your thought on it? I mean, do you think that any of these rumors are true? Or have you heard any others that I have forgot to mention? Did you enjoy hearing some of these rumors, or do you want me to try to break down some of the rumors of the Disney Plus shows? In any event, whichever it is, if you want me to just get back to comics, throw a comment up. Like, subscribe, any way that you can to support the channel would be fantastic. And in the meantime, though, I'm going to try to just condense this and get it up online. You guys have a wonderful day.